Good morning, this is Cory. As I'm looking at this week, we just celebrated Palm Sunday yesterday and looking forward to the joy of Easter. So I was just thinking about this in terms of what this looks like for all of us. The big thing about this weird time is that um, the things that we're used to and the rhythms of our life have been disrupted, and it also kind of puts us in a place where I think, find ourselves asking a lot of why questions. And I am encouraged in that faith is not based upon what we know or um, some kind of moral code or even a series of commandments that we abide by that separates us from the world, as much as it's really wrapped around this notion that God not only loves us, but that God is with us. When I think about what I understood faith to be when I was young, um, I really relegated it to really a series of words or a series of good moral lessons that were meant to kind of make me a good person. And yet, when I was in middle school and I was struggling and had a lot of questions and a lot of frustration, it wasn't just words that touched my life. It was people. It was people who not only realized who I was, remembered my name, but took an incredible interest in my life, and also not just my life, but the lives of other people. When I first met our youth pastor George, um, he didn't care so much about what we knew as much as he really seemed to care about knowing us and hearing where we were coming from. And I really feel like all of this comes back to us realizing that Jesus invites us into a relationship that fulfills us not just in our personal lives, but more so this idea of partnership. When I even think about the commands that Jesus makes to his disciples as he's encouraging them to represent God truly in this world, Jesus shares stuff like this. He says, "Let me give you a new command." This is from John 13. "I want you to love one another in the same way I have loved you. You should love one another. This is how everyone will recognize that you are my disciples, when they see the love that you have for each other." This connection of love is powerful. It's tangible. It's real. Jesus is not saying go out there and be a moral somebody. Jesus says, "I called you because I know you, and I'm inviting you to do the same thing. I'm inviting you to go into a world that feels disconnected and frustrated, and I'm inviting you to invite others in to this reality, not because you're brilliant, but because you're real, you're legitimate. You honestly are connected to me through a relationship." And I've just been reflecting on that in terms of who modeled this for me. There are so many people in our own church who were instrumental in my life. And they constantly were sharing their life, and then always, though, bringing it back to the fact that they had a relationship with Jesus, personally and corporately. In John 15, Jesus even goes so far as to say this: "I am the branch. I am sorry, I'm the vine, and you are the branches. You're the one who finds life in me. Your connection to me is going to allow you to understand the absolute nature of love. But also, we get to then share that with the fruit that becomes apparent in and through our life." When Jesus says, "I am the vine, you are the branches," you're joined, and I'm joined, and we're joined to God. And I feel like that is one of those things that really not only sustains me, but also is encouraging all of us to really find ourselves at a place where we see our relationship with Christ in those connecting pieces, but also this place of recognizing that also we're meant to continue to bear witness and bear fruit that others will find pleasing, not because it's shiny and new, but because it's grounded in a reality that is real, that is the foundation of our life in Christ is in the loving Father who shares with us a caring that is not just part of a holy script, but it's legitimately rooted in love. Jesus even says, "I chose you." Remember, you did not choose me. I chose you, and now I'm asking you to go and bear fruit, fruit that won't spoil. And so during this time of isolation and during this time of creatively connecting, I encourage all of us to be rooted in that, but also to be encouraged to share that fully, to be committed to continue to bear good fruit in terms of our trust, and also legitimately listening to others and wrestling where they're wrestling. Anyway, just thought I'd share a little bit today as I was considering this with my own devotion. Have a lovely day. Talk soon. Bye.